Well, hello! The time is finally here. You know how in every episode the homeowner gives me a personal tour, so I'm going to give you a personal tour right now of my home. Come on in. This is the fence that Donald did from Marion Fence. And Paul Cuxtus from Situate, he's a wood carver and a friend of mine, and he's carved this beautiful two-sided sign so people know where we live. So come on in. So this is the front entry, and if you remember, the back of the house is the front of the house, and the front of the house was the back of the house, so we built that portico with Longfellow Design Build and tried to make this the actual entrance. Have a circular driveway, we have the sign, we have the portico, so this is how we enter the home. And I absolutely love this paper that I sourced from Surroundings, and this is Schumacher, and it's called Ocean Toile. And I loved it because it's so flowy and airy and beautiful. It feels antique-y, but it also feels contemporary, sort of updated, and I just love it. It's got tons of detail, which I'll show you later, I played upon. And the beautiful tile I got from Classic Tile and Stone, and Cap installed this. And I wanted something black and white, reminds me of my grandmother's home. And it's classic, but it also has a little bit of a twist, kind of updated, not your typical black and white floor, but I love it. I think it's beautiful, and let's go upstairs. So when we first moved here, this was all carpeted in a blue shag carpet. And so here in this first landing is the window treatment that Melinda Eaton from Melinda Eaton Drapery did for me. Remember how I was telling you about the details in the wallpaper that I loved? If you look closely at the wallpaper, you can see these little beads on some of the beautiful flowing underwater scene. And so I had her put these tassels. And isn't that beautiful, just the curve? I love how it just drapes down, kind of flows. I think this whole space just flows. And because this was a parsonage and a rectory, I wanted to give a sort of nod to some of the history, and I've done that throughout the home. But I have a Christmas cactus here and some praying hands, and to me this just acknowledges the fact that this was a place that was part of churches before, so I added that to it too. So in the home I have a lot of abstract art, I have photographs, I have contemporary art, I have antique pieces, and this right here is from Cap's family. This is his grandfather Frederick, and that's Cap's middle name actually. And I just think that's just so sweet with the three boys there in the antique oval frame. I think that's just sweet. So welcome to my living room. This is my mirror collection that I've been collecting for years and years and years, and this was a real big treat that I was able to bring these out. And I don't measure, I just kind of feel my way along, but I just think that these are great. They have all different personalities, all different characteristics, and this is fabric from Surroundings, and Melinda Eaton did those window treatments as well, and I think the colors are great. It's the blue and the tans, which is primarily what this room is, blue and tan, which I've always loved blue and tan because blue is the color of the ocean and tan is the color of our sand, and I just think the colors go well together. I mean, every color in nature, they just go well the way they're designed, so steal some of those and put them in my home. And this is my wooden bird collection that my friend Blake started me on when I was, I think, probably in my 20s, and this was my first one, is a curlew. I just think his beak is beautiful. And then I went to Etsy and I got a couple more to add to the collection, and I got it from a gentleman named Dick Marshall, and he did these two pieces, which I just think are fantastic. I just love birds, and I just think they're a great part of the decor for me. They feel like I've brought nature inside again. So my last home was coastal modern, and this home presented a whole different kind of feel for me. Because it's 1813 and had such good bones, I wanted to show that it's an antique home. Plus, I love antiques, and I have a ton of antiques that I've collected over the years. It's a little bit coastal, but not too coastal. It's a little bit antique, and hopefully the balance is right. this chandelier I loved. It looks like bird wings, and I love the texture of it. But if you remember earlier when I met Peter, the painter, I told Peter it didn't pop enough in the ceiling. So Peter did this amazing treatment on the ceiling and pulled out the brass color tones, and it looks mottled and has some depth in it and really makes that chandelier pop. And I think it turned out great. And this piece right here is one of Cap's pieces of pottery. He is a potter, and he creates vessels. And this one I decided that I would put a plant in, and I think it makes a nice little vignette. I'm all about the vignettes. I love the way when you put a tablescape together, something that is just by itself, when it goes next to something else, they become a whole new thing. And I absolutely love the way things play with one another. Colors, textures, sizes, shapes. I love that. So one of the things I really wanted in this home is I wanted it to be interesting. I wanted it to be theatrical. I wanted it to feel like a salon in Paris, perhaps. I wanted it to feel like a museum. There's just a lot of things I wanted to have in this home that I haven't in previous homes. And this works for me with Venus here. I believe she had just won a beauty contest, and this is a statue of her. And so I put these other images behind there because they seem to work really well together. So we turned this, if you recall, we turned this entry, which was the original front of the home, into a wet bar. We took a coat closet and created the wet bar. The wallpaper that's on the ceiling is actually called, coincidentally, Venus, just like the statue. And it's marbleized, and I just think it has a really beautiful flow, and the colors are gorgeous. And I think it's just surprising to have wallpaper on the ceiling, and I like it here. And Cap also built me this bookshelf, and it's got pottery collection. It has stuff from our travels. It has an homage to Cap's being raised in India. It has an homage to my father, who I started collecting these rocks when he passed away, and this is a little sacred place for me that reminds me of my father. And my friend Blake, there's some a sort of a space where I remember him as well. And it's just a collection of things that interest me. This might be too busy, too much for some people, but for me, I guess I'm a little bit more of a maximizer right now. And so this is the wet bar that John Nadeau from J&J Woodworking created out of the wood from the pantry. I was so excited when I saw that really old wood and wanted someone to do something with it, and I found the perfect person to do the right thing with it. And I think it's just gorgeous with all of the wormholes, and he kept all these little details for me, and it just looks beautiful. Cap built the shelves. I ordered the glass, and Cap recreated something that I had seen, and I said, Cap, can you make this for me? And he said, yes, I think I can. And I'm very lucky that way. And so he constructed it. I bought the glass, and this is tile from Classic Tile and Stone, my go-to tile, as you know. I love those sisters so much. They're so great. And we picked out this antique-looking, vintage-looking glass, and it reflects the light. I think it's just perfect here in the wet bar. And if you want to know if you want to get champagne, what you do, you just press this. That's where champagne comes, right to your hand. This is our dining room, and this is an antique table that I got from the West Coast, and it has extensions that go really, really big, and I like that. And these chairs I got from Marion Antiques. And I love the wallpaper in here. This is Thibaut, and I believe it's called Sir Thomas, and it has an antique feel. It also looks like it's flocked, but it's not. And this chandelier I got from one of my favorite vintage antique places that was online, and I went all the way to Connecticut to pick it up. And this is my kitchen, and I love my kitchen. So this is where the old pantry used to be, that nasty old pantry. And then there was a hallway here, and this was a sitting room. So we knocked this all out and we opened it up. So come over here and you'll see this beautiful countertop. This is walnut, and John from J&J Woodworking, he did this for me, and I think the color is gorgeous next to the classic tile and stone blue French tiles here. I think these colors just are beautiful together, and I just love this piece of wood. It's beautiful. And the floor is what Peter did for me, and he was the decorative painter who did the ceiling in the living room, and he made this Harlequin floor. He really did a perfect job on it, and I think it looks fantastic. And so here is a waterfall edge that we have on the peninsula, and we have one on the island. The quartzite top is called Oyster White, and it has a lot of motion and it has a lot of depth, and I think the tones are very pretty. And that's another piece that Paul Cuxtus made. He carved that whale, that Nantucket whale, and I have it in here in the kitchen. It's kind of a mix of things. I like it that way. And this sink here is from Snow & Jones. It's beautiful to the touch. It's absolutely, and I have to say the size of it, I just really think is fantastic. It's a Kohler sink, and I love the farmer's edge. The texture is really beautiful. And this is Waterstone in an unlacquered brass. It was a brass that is now aged quite beautifully. And I got this at Snow & Jones from Danielle Jones and her team. Cap installed this tile I got from Classic Tile and Stone. It's a little bit different from a regular subway tile. It's got a lot of texture in it, so it really bounces the light around, and it's a little bit smaller. Just to speed up the process, Cap came in and did a lot of the work here, and I couldn't be happier, honestly, with it. I love the island. I love the induction. Cap and I have had induction in 3 or 4 houses, and we absolutely love it. I love how easy it is to clean. I love that it's cool to the touch. I love that it's easy to work. I mean, it's fantastic. So I have to also have you come see my spice drawer. I transferred all my spices into these uniform containers and labeled them, and this is so convenient when we're cooking here. This is where Cap and I have our breakfast, and I got this bistro table off of Etsy. It's marble, and it has a really nice pedestal. And I got the chairs also from Etsy from a different place, but it's a bent wood chair with a cane seating. And I love France, and I love this petite corner. There's some French influences for sure in the home. I absolutely love to entertain, so does Cap, and we love to have a big kitchen. And we like it clean and light and bright. And this right here is a big help, let me tell you. This is from Mid-Cape Home Centers. This is a Marvin bifold door. We were so excited. It used to be 2 windows and linoleum floor. This was the U-shaped kitchen here. And this Marvin door is so easy to use. And when we have our finale party, you'll see we open this up, and in and out people will travel. So here we are in our mud room, and this is the back door and off the kitchen, and this is where Camden comes in, and we come in and drop all of our stuff as is typical with any mudroom. And the wallpaper here is on the ceiling. And this is the wallpaper I got from Buffy Farley. She is the owner of Nautical Charts Wallpaper. And this is charts of where I boated, well, I boat now, but where I boated when I was a child. So this is Martha's Vineyard and Vineyard Sound, and this is the Nantucket to Block Island chart. The floor is a Brazilian slate, perfect for a mudroom. I got it from Classic Tile and Stone, and I love it in the herringbone. It gives some movement to the room, and I think it looks really good. I always like to make a powder room a little bit blingy. I like to make a powder room really pretty because my guests use the powder room. This is a ukiyo paper from surroundings as a Thibaut paper, and Dave Janess installed this, and Melinda Eaton created these window treatments. And if you look, it just continues the pattern without stopping. She did a great job of matching it completely to the wallpaper. So I got this at Brimfield, this sweet little chandelier. I got at Brimfield. I thought it was perfect for the powder room. I like the silver leafing around this marble tile. I got from Classic Tile and Stone. I love the geometrics of it. I think it's flashy, but not too much. I really like the strikes of black in it. And this is from Snow & Jones, this beautiful pedestal sink. And the polished silver we did in here, which is, again, a little bit more blingy. And I like it a lot. And this, I wanted the floor to be able to be seen. I didn't want to cover it with a vanity. And Danielle helped me find this pedestal, which is very classic with a beveled edge and just clean and nice and classic and big. This is a nice size powder room, I think. And now for the second floor. And let me just take you into the first room, which is one of the guest rooms. So this is the guest room. We have two of them. This one has the bigger bed, and the other one has a single day bed. And so if you notice, kind of upstairs is a little bit more summery and a lighter feeling in here. So we have the hexagon in here in terms of the marble floor. The shape is hexagon, and I think it's great in here. I got it from Classic Tile and Stone. And the sink and the tub, the gorgeous soaking tub, is all Snow & Jones. I didn't need a lot of storage in here, so we decided no vanity, just keep it nice and open and clean. And the tub is fantastic, and the fixture is gorgeous. I think the fixture is just over the top gorgeous. And we did a blue chevron pattern on the accent wall in here. And this is just, I think, a wonderful guest suite. And we're in the primary bedroom. So there's more flowers in here, and I abandoned my obsession with blue and went for this beautiful rose color. And this is a Thibaut paper, and it is called Claudette. It's soft and it's feminine, and I love it. So this is all rose, vaulted ceilings. When we first came in here, these were 2 CCD rooms. It was not like this, put it that way. And we found out that there was a hip roof underneath what doesn't look like a hip roof on the outside, and we were able to vault the ceilings in here. So this is my primary bathroom, and I told Danielle from Snow & Jones that my bed was going to be dark mahogany. And she found the perfect vanity that has the handles with the brass that kind of echo the bed, and I liked that. And I have to tell you that this vanity is not the first double vanity I've ever had, but I would say it's the best double vanity I've ever had. Not only do I just love the color with that rich, deep blue, but it's so big. The storage is the biggest I've ever had, and it's plenty of storage. And the shower, we decided to put in this ceramic tile, which is kind of like an antique look. And I love the tone of it, and I love the fact it does look antiqued, not just the design, but the coloration of it as well. And it's a great primary ensuite. I think it's great. This is my office, doubles as a guest room, has a day bed, and I found a perfect spot for a painting by my talented artist friend, Nella Lush. And so this is another place that Buffy Farley and I chose to put another wallpaper up, Nautical Charts wallpapers. And she was fabulous in helping me find the right spot for this. And this is where I live now and where I sail now. Of course, I sail beyond here, but I love that this is home. Here's Marion, and here's the harbor, and these are our day trips all through here. And I just love it in my office, and I'm sure guests love it too. That's the tour. Thanks for joining me. Now it's time to have all the people who were involved in the home come to the home and celebrate with Westport River Wineries and the Putnam Murdoch Band and everyone from Classic Tile to Snow and Jones to Peter the Painter to Dave. Everyone's going to be here to celebrate this finale of the renovations.